This is The Gist, the essential podcast for the discerning listener.
Welcome to The Gist. I'm John.
And I'm Mary. It's Tuesday, August the 4th, 2026. We are your smart friends on the go.
Let's get into it.
We start with a major move in global energy. United States Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent says a deal is imminent. Washington, Iran and Oman are reaching a temporary agreement to reopen the Strait of Hormuz.
The markets reacted instantly. Brent crude, the global benchmark for oil prices, dropped 3.4%. It is now sitting at $80.88 a barrel.
Hundreds of stalled ships are stuck in the Gulf. They carry energy, fertilizers, and industrial gases. If Iran's top leaders sign off, these ships can move again without paying tolls.
But let's look at the incentives here. Washington is trading long-term security for short-term price stability.
Right. Refusing to negotiate means expensive oil. Expensive oil means angry consumers. And that is a political disaster for Western leaders.
Exactly. But there is a catch. By cutting a deal, the United States validates Tehran's strategy. Iran blocks a vital waterway. The world feels the economic pain. Then Iran extracts diplomatic concessions.
It is maritime extortion. Washington gets cheaper fuel today, but they guarantee this tactic will be used against global supply chains again tomorrow.
Moving on to our global overview. NASA is essentially hiring delivery drivers for the moon.
That is exactly what is happening. NASA is partnering with commercial companies. Think Blue Origin, Firefly Aerospace, and Intuitive Machines. Their job is to build and fly cargo landers to the moon's south pole by 2028.
This is phase 1 of NASA's moon base plan. Before sending humans, they will run over 20 robotic landings through 2029.
Let's look at the financial dynamic. Space infrastructure is incredibly expensive. By outsourcing the logistics, the United States government shifts the massive financial risk onto private balance sheets.
They establish a reliable supply chain first. The private sector foots the bill for the delivery trucks, then the government steps in to fund the permanent human outposts.
Next up, global health. Moderna just launched phase 1 clinical trials in Canada. They are testing a new mRNA vaccine targeting a deadly strain of the Ebola virus.
This is urgent. The ongoing Ebola outbreak in the Democratic Republic of Congo is the second deadliest on record. We are seeing over 3,700 cases and 1,600 deaths.
But developing a vaccine is costly. The local market in the Congo cannot pay for the initial research. So who funds it?
A group called CEPI. That stands for the Coalition for Epidemic Preparedness Innovations. They are a global foundation that pays for research into emerging diseases. They just pledged $50 million to Moderna.
It is a smart financial bridge. External capital removes the financial risk for pharmaceutical companies. It ensures cures get developed for regions that cannot afford the upfront research costs.
Let's pivot to tech. Spotify just dropped its second quarter earnings. The numbers look huge on paper.
Very huge. Total revenue hit 4.77 billion euros. They reached a record 300 million premium subscribers. Total monthly active users jumped to 777 million.
They even hit a record profit margin. But before the market opened, Spotify's stock dropped 6%. Why the penalty?
Artificial intelligence, or more specifically, the cost of running it.
Right. Artificial intelligence requires massive computing power. Spotify missed its profit expectations because of soaring operating expenses. Those expenses were driven directly by artificial intelligence compute costs.
It highlights a major structural bottleneck in tech right now. Artificial intelligence is great at keeping users engaged, but the hardware and energy required to run it are incredibly expensive. It eats right into a company's profits.
Let's turn to the European perspective. Germany is quietly preparing to bring back national service.
Germany suspended conscription over 15 years ago, but voluntary enlistment just has not brought in enough people.
The military and disaster response teams are severely short-staffed. So the German Family Ministry did a survey. They asked 23 social associations if they could host conscientious objectors. These are people who refuse military service but do civilian work instead.
22 of them said they are ready. This is quiet, logistical groundwork. It shows the political hurdle of reviving mandatory service is shrinking fast. The state simply needs the manpower, and it is moving to guarantee it.
Down in the Black Sea, the cost of doing business is going up.
It is. Ukraine just released a video showing a Russian drone hunting a civilian in a Kherson market. President Zelensky called it a drone safari.
At the same time, Turkey is demanding urgent security measures. This comes after a drone strike hit a Turkish cargo ship in the Black Sea.
Targeting civilians is a tragedy. Targeting international shipping is an economic shock. Both actions drive up the structural risk premium. That means insurance and shipping costs skyrocket for anyone trying to move goods through the region.
Finally, a debate over sick leave in Germany.
There is a new policy proposal called Teilkrankschreibung. It translates to partial sick leave. The idea is to allow people to work reduced hours while they recover from an illness.
The IFO Institute, a major economic research group in Munich, surveyed businesses about it. Half of the companies flat out reject the idea. Only 25% support it.
Why? Because defining partial work capacity creates a legal headache. Businesses did the math. The legal friction and paperwork cost more than the tiny boost in productivity they might get from a recovering employee.
Time for the daily temperature check. Today's theme is the high price of immediate solutions. Washington pays for cheaper oil with future security risks. Spotify buys user engagement with massive artificial intelligence energy bills. And Germany trades individual time for state readiness.
Everything has a cost. The trick is knowing who pays the bill.
That's the gist for today.
Thanks for spending a few minutes with us. If you found today's breakdown useful, we'd love for you to join our community. You can subscribe to The Gist's daily newsletter for free. Just tap the link in the show notes.
See you tomorrow.
The Gist, News Digest, and podcast are entirely written and produced by artificial intelligence. The Gist is out 3 times a day, every day, providing you with a liberal perspective on what to expect next. For more information and donations, visit thegist.online. Thank you for listening.